Hi there, this is Wright, and you're watching my playthrough of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. If you like what you see, consider liking and commenting on this video. Also hit that subscribe button if you want to be the latest to find out what happens next. Anyways, don't want to keep you waiting, please enjoy. Hello, this is Wright, Gaming Lawyer Service. So we're once again back with another Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Apologies for the long time that I haven't done this because of technical difficulties, and because of that I have to do this do a let's play, a pre-recorded let's play of the game, because of internet, it's not helping me doing this making it any easier. In any case, we're going back to this game because we have one final one we haven't tried yet, and yeah, I don't want to make anyone wait for too long, so this is what I have to do. I have to do this without an audience, but I'm fine with it. I hope everyone is fine with it. But in any case, yes, do not mind. I'm slightly, how do you say, different, maybe, don't know, hopefully not. In any case, oh my goodness, this is bad. Let's just start, alright? Let's just start with the final case of the first game, which I haven't tried before at all. Let's start. Alright. Oh, this is definitely not 3DS. Murder committed in two separate places? Boom, boom, boom. Who is that? It's been 2 months since Maya left office. 2 months without a single trial. Oh no. I've had offers, but none I took. How are you paying the bills then? That is, until the day that girl showed up. Oops, there's an airplane. I'm sorry, there's an airplane flying through. February 22nd, 10:02 a.m. Wright and Go Law Offices. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work. There you are, finally! Where have you been? My sister's trial's tomorrow! Who are you? It doesn't matter who am I. It only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney, Mia Fey. Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? I'm sorry, but Miss Mia Fey no longer works here. She's dead. She's dead. Oh, I didn't know. So you are the coffee boy? I'm Phoenix Wright, but a defense attorney. Definitely not a good coffee boy. Do I look like the coffee boy to you? Right. Wait, you're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm taking cases right now. I'm definitely way better than a nobody, of course. But you're Phoenix Wright, right? undefeated defense attorney? Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you have to try elsewhere. Please! I'm out of time. But please, you have to help. It's my sister. Maya? Could it be? Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. My name's Emma. Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator. Scientific investigator? Alright, let's talk, Emma. I do know you, I think. But just I have no idea. I totally have no idea what's your background and everything. Your face is familiar. Very familiar. That's all. Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator? Yes, that's right. Is something wrong? No, it's just you seem kind of jumpy. Or maybe you're just young? Young? I'll be 16 years old this year. Oh, that is young. Oh, I see. Wait, only 16? I'm set to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. My work is becoming quite well known. At my age, no less. So what exactly is your current position then? Well, legally speaking, I guess you'd call me an 11th grader. But I'm ready to do my job. At my age, no less. Great. Another future professional in training. So what's this about a case? You say the trial's tomorrow. My sister didn't do it. She won't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't. So it's a murder case. I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. I knew she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact. She didn't do it. No, she didn't do it. I tell you. Are you gonna repeat that anymore? And there's a witness. Just talk to her. You have to talk to her. Right. I suppose I will. I promise I'd bring Mia Fey, but that's interesting. How would you know Mia? So, you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up then? Excuse me? I'm not a child. I'll have you know. Still, it's good to have a goal, albeit a very unusual one. I believe investigations should be done scientifically. Don't you? Yeah. Sure can't fault her for a lack of enthusiasm. If this case is handled scientifically, I'm sure my sister's name will be cleared. Your sister? Actually, what's your sister's name? You haven't told me anything about her. I've been doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done. I'm looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. My sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fey person was a few years below her in school. So they went to the same school, huh? She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. And well, I need one. Incidentally, Mia is a woman. Now that you mention it, I guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's. Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close. Well, actually, when she gets like she is now, I kind of hate her. Huh? But she's my only family. Your only family? What about your parents? They died in a car accident when I was little. Oh, I'm sorry. Alright, let's not talk about that and go to the detention center. Right? February 22nd, detention center visitors room. I wonder what's wrong with Emma. She got quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived. Probably we mentioned about the accident as well. how do I do this voice? Well, I have to see though. God, I thought I told you I didn't want visitors.
Sorry, ma'am. It's just your sister.
No excuses. Or did you not want a raise this year?
Understood, ma'am.
Oh, what was that all about? Hi, Lana. Okay. Voice. Let me see the face first. Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing. Look, I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow and still don't have a defense attorney. I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Hey, how do you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. I'm sorry. What exactly is it that you do? My name is Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district. You're a prosecutor? Two sisters. One a lawyer. Could this be a coincidence? Emma. Lana. I mean, they're just like Mia and Maya. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Let's talk. Probably doesn't want to talk to me, but let's talk either way. There's something you should know from the start, which is the suspect in this case has confessed to the crime. Huh? Wait, but the suspect is me. I did it. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st at 5:15 p.m. It's quite specific. It was in a witness's deposition. The witness clearly saw me committing the crime. That was a bit of a bad luck, wasn't it? The crime took place in an underground parking lot in the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. The prosecutor's office, huh? You know, subordinate's car trunk. Classy. I was arrested on the spot, caught red-handed, as it were. Well, that's just great. So, who is the victim? An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective. A detective. Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. But you? Death was immediate, but the wound was fatal. I see. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? Uh-oh. What? Mr. Wright, what does it mean? Well, it means something. The police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They will use any means at their disposal to do so. This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. So, you're the chief prosecutor. That is correct. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial happened by prosecutors in this district. I make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell. That's an awfully large nutshell. Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright. Uh-huh. In fact, it seems impossible. You won't. Lana? What happened to your hand? Oh, this? I cut myself by accident. When I stabbed him, that is. Huh? I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in the class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her. Emma told you that too, did she? Well, why not? I did track him all the way here from his office. Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia. Hey! He was in law school. I was in my 3rd year, and she was auditing the class. She was different than the other students. Different? She was strong. She drew anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. Anything? Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me. Excuse me? Intellectually attracted. Lana was top of a class in school. I was the best there was. Oh. I'm doing pretty good in school too, by the way. It sounds a bit different when Emma says it. Well, Mr. Wright? Excuse me? As you can plainly see, I'm admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say there's no way you can take this case. None. But, Lana! Yeah. Why? Why are you doing this to me? So, fun fact, if let's say, you know, you have a defense attorney, you have someone representing you, you know, if the accused wants to admit guilt, they want to say they are guilty of the charges that are presented to them, you can't do anything about it, right? Even if you think they are innocent, as lawyer, you can't go against the wishes of the accused. So yeah, in that case, the only thing that the defense attorney will be representing the accused is only in terms of like making sure the trial goes, not the trial, there won't be a trial, the entire court process, whatever is still left, most likely the sentencing part of it only, you know, talking about how much she should be serving her time, what sort of punishment she should be getting, all that stuff. So yeah, there won't be any argument of facts and such about the case because she has admitted to committing the crime. So that's that. Anyways, moving on. Why? Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself. I know you didn't do it, Lana. I know. So how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana. Mr. Wright. Yes? I believe our discussion here is ended. The rest, I leave it to you. Huh? You mean you're requesting my services as your defense? Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed, after all. The case is over. Right. I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. Lana has confessed to the crime, yes, but something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. There's something else going on here, and I'm going to find out what. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Huh? About what? My sister. She's not always like that, you know. I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again. She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everybody liked her. I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. What happened to her? I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she... well, maybe not. Sounds like there's something there that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking at the prosecutor's office, shall we? Okay. Let's do it. I feel like this is a case I've done before, but it's weird. that this is the fifth case. I feel like this is the beginning of the next game, though. But, oh well. February 22nd, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. So this is the lot where it all happened. Looks like they're still investigating. Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this. Hey everyone, keep up the good work. Hey, what are you thinking? Well, they are going to be my co-workers 3 years from now after all. No harm in saying hello. Actually, there is. You know, attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes. I'm trying to not stand out too much here, see? Oh no, is this Gumshoe? Probably. Hey there! You expecting to go unnoticed? Oh no, this is not Gumshoe. This is oh no, another southern US citizen. Oh my goodness. Partner? Oh no, it's Cassidy. What do... How do I do the voice? What do we have here? Looks like a bambino got lost from the ranch and is up to no good. Folks gotta learn to keep them dodges die down, partner. Mr. Marshall! Marshall? Looks more like a sheriff to me. Looky here, bambino. I know how you feel, but this is my gang's gold strike, say? Strike? This is our claim, our territory, with a mother load of evidence. If you're fixing to mess with what's ours, you'll regret it, partner. You know what dreams the cacti out in Desert Dream? You want to? What's this guy talking about? You head along home now. Happy trails, bambino. This is not Cassidy. Oh, southern accent. Whatever it is, it's nothing. Was that a hombre a friend of yours? Kind of, sort of, yeah. He's a detective. Who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West, it seems. And let's look at this on the ground. Suspicious. What's this? A wallet? Excuse me, officer. Wait! What are you doing, Mr. Wright? What am I doing? I just found his wallet, so I'm handing it to the police over there. I don't believe it. This is real basic. Anything at a crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket. How is that scientific? Sounds like theft to me. Portable wallet found at a crime scene. There seems to be something inside. I'm called to duty already, and at my tender age. Here, I'll teach you the trick to examining evidence in detail, okay? By the way, her eyes are sparkling. I can tell she's been waiting for this. Okay, now, look at the court record. Okay. I can examine stuff now. You have to be sure to examine evidence carefully on all sides. Now, let's start examining from every angle. Right? Oh, this is 3D. We're moving on to the 3D now. Oh, look. I think there might be a clue here. You should check it out. With a press of space. Right. Open it up. This is an ID card. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID number 5842189. See? Well, isn't scientific investigation useful? I guess, though I don't see what science has to do with it. Goodman's ID added to the court record. Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find. I guess I've got to be on my toes from now on. Alright, is there some... Ooh, over here, what's this? Well, no time to waste. Let's get hunting for clues. I wonder what this is. Well, partner, looks like you got no intention of going home quietly. He has that face. The sheriff. Like I said before, this here's our claim. You better be best be nosing along, unless you're fixing to bite the bullet. The police threatening us with violence. Gah, scary. Could you just tell us one thing? Who owns that car? Well, little Philly's got a good nose on her. You want to know who rides that red Mustang with a body in her saddle, eh? Please. No problem, partner. About time for victuals anyway. Get yourself to the saloon up to the 12th floor of the prospector's office. I just find you a surveyor you like. Prospector's office? Where does this guy think he is? And when, for that matter? Note to self, look up Vito's Saloon, Sylvester. Maybe we should check out room 1202, the High Prosecutor's office. Alright, I guess that's all. In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you like. Just keep your paws off our claim. Right, great. Great, maybe there are some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out. Excuse me? Were you two all set? Us? Oh no, it's a different person. What's this? She could be. The onigiri girl? You're selling lunches? Here, this is a crime scene. Hello. Half and half, was it? Oh, thanks. And you, sir? Yes? Some crunchy goodness coming at you. Thanks. Interesting way of doing business. This area is off limits to anyone without clearance, especially passers-by. Are you officers? No, but you don't exactly look like the type to have clearance. Well, that's hardly a way to greet someone. Even in my days as the cough-up queen are over. Cough up? Huh? You know, I'm feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on lunch. I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images are burned to my eyes. You might say, yes, all these sordid secrets. Secrets? Dear me, you're a slow one, aren't you? Flips hair. I'm referring to the murder, the stabbing of that detective. What? A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. You mean you're the witness my sister was talking about? Please, cough up, Queen. Tell us what happened. Name is Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting it. Or before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels. Yes, ma'am. Yipes. She means it. Let's talk. Somehow, I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. Just like I know that the daily special on Friday every week is salmon. Destiny. Was yesterday's special for some reason? You're a defense attorney, right? You should know then. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of inequity. Evil ones? Prosecutors. They have no qualms at all about blackening the name of innocence. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil of them all. They gave an award for King of Prosecutors. What a farce. So, she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors' convention yesterday. I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something foul. Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? Or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this, evil? Young miss, mark me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the cough-up queen. Ew! I have no idea what she's referring to. I'm really clueless why she's called cough-up queen. The most heinous of all the evil ones, the one they awarded yesterday, was in his car that they found a body. Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all. Really? Really what? I'm totally confused. One thing's clear, this lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. So what exactly was it that you witnessed, Miss Star? It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I now feel I know what they say when they talk about a woman's wrath. To see Lana Sky wield that knife so. Her knife flashed in anger, bringing him to a sad end. It was truly a sight to see. You mean you saw the very moment the crime? The sound of his silvery ties to this world being cruelly cut still rings in my ears, and a rhythmic beat of Lana Sky's knife. Wait a second. You know Lana Sky? Of course. It's quite a feat becoming chief prosecutor. How many lunchboxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? She always travels light. Now, why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name? Could we ask you a bit about yourself, Miss Star? I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and best from the Far East. For some reason, the box lunches are a hit here. Why not make the lunches here rather than import them? Did you say something? No. Only true connoisseurs can understand. The kind you can only tell someone who has tried General Tso's Trilobites lunch sets. Never mind. You win. I don't even want to appreciate part of a Trilobite's flavor. Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office. Your boyfriend? See the security room over there? The glass-walled booth. I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyway, I drop in to see him. Since you're here anyway, I guess selling lunches is more important than romance. So, to scientifically analyze the data available so far, you, Miss Star, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here. Useful analysis? Not. Did you have a bad experience with the prosecutor, Miss Star? I sense some hostility. Hostility? Perhaps. Prosecutors are all alike, and the bigger they get, the worse they smell. Kind of like 10-day-old clams in a chowder. Wonder if Miss Star was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past. Maybe short cause of food poisoning, scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now you're talking cough-up queen. I thought she was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure. Alright, do we have anything to show this? About this card. Lunchland vendors only accept cash, no cards. Especially not a card belonging to someone else. No, this isn't a credit card. It's an ID card. It belongs to a detective. And you're showing this to me, lunch lady, why? It's like showing a fine honeyed ham to a detective. Why do I always feel like I'm being mocked? Alright then. I feel like there's nothing to talk about. A defense attorney must be able to fight. How about you? Do you think you can win? How about tackling Lunchland's Pickle Supreme Lunchbox? Wow, it's really crunchy. A box of pickles. Kind of like a sad lunch if you ask me. Right, I don't think we have anything to talk to you for a moment. Maybe I'll examine that. I don't think the phone is important. Can I move around? Apparently I can't move around anymore because of the lunch lady is right in front of me. So we can go somewhere else. Yep, over here. Oh! We're in this room! I'm gonna drink some water first before I continue. Right. February 22nd. High Prosecutor's Office, Room 1202. This is the kind of room that just screams, I can do the job. Quite a change from your office, really. Thanks. Look. There's a trophy or something here. A trophy? What's that shield? It takes real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever's office this is, he must be a real stuck-up jerk. Phoenix Wright. You never tire of prying into other people's business, do you? That voice. Long time no see, Edgeworth. Huh? Mr. Edgeworth. You know him from somewhere? Of course. I'm his biggest fan. My sister introduced us once and... Right. The sister is the chief prosecutor after all. Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk. No. Did I? No. It was just Mr. Wright here. Hey, don't blame me. We're just here to investigate a murder case. Murder? A body was found in this nasty, bright red sports car in the parking lot. That would be my car. What of it? I've never seen this facial expression of Edgeworth. What? Your car? I'll say one thing, she certainly can scream. Stock, Edgeworth. So, the body was found in your car? Go ahead, say it right. You think I did it, don't you? After you went through all that trouble to help me last year, no less. I think that's a new expression. It's kind of like, I don't know, what's the term? Sinister. No, we don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Wait, no, she didn't do that. I mean... Wait, so you're the chief prosecutor's little sister then? Yes, sir. Emma Sky. It's nice to meet you again. Now that didn't sound forced at all. Now I remember. You've really grown. I'll admit it was a surprise for me too. To think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprising still, I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt. I can understand. Wait? What did you say? Lana Sky is the chief prosecutor, the top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself. I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow. You? Mr. Hedgeworth? To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? What do you mean? Rumors. You've heard rumors about me, haven't you? Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the recurrent incident. What? That's crazy. Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life, impossible to stop. But some of them even go so far as to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny. Toys? A bronze shield? There's got to be a story behind that one. Chief Prosecutor Sky? Yes, we first worked together on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case. That's right, I remember. 2 years ago, I wasn't even a lawyer yet. Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken. Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you. But then, why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife. You have a knife? Oh, what? Miss Statueth, your knife was a murder weapon? Why do you carry a knife around? To be specific, it was a knife I keep in a toolbox in the trunk of my car, just in case I had to use it. Alright, traces of the victim's blood, no prints. Edgeworth? What? Are you sure you didn't do it? Come on, can't you take it? You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright. Alright, let's look at that trophy, shall we? I've been wondering, what the heck is this? It has a big K on it. Nuns of prosecutors. Huh? What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy. King of Prosecutors? It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So that K, that's... K stands for king? That's kinda sexist, right? What about queens? Can't there be queens of prosecutors? Yeah, you got a problem with that. I didn't design the thing. King of prosecutors, kinda like of the employee of the month, only better. Alright, I can take this as a evidence apparently. On the day of the murder. Alright, maybe I'll present you Goodman's ID. Say, Edgeworth, I was wondering about this. Mr. Wright! Huh? What? Are you sure you should be showing that to Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, he'll take it for sure, won't he? I wish I could be on the same side as Mr. Edgeworth, but then my sister would be found guilty. If she signs any deeper, I'm going to start getting depressed. Right, this one? So basically this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish green elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why's that? I had to go to the police department to reset the broken shield. The police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works, yeah? I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about. Oh, right. He doesn't seem to concern about his reward, for better or worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday? Alright. What about yesterday? Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transfero. Wiping your hands of all cases, in other words? Oh, and another thing. The ceremony was held at the police department. As an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield. I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright. No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is a solid evidence. Alright, record of parking in the prosecutor's office lot, entered lot at 5:12 p.m. That's kind of makes sense, I think. Well, I don't have evidence for it, but I remember Lana saying she committed a crime at 5:15. Only like 3 minutes time span of that happening. This is the parking stop from the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15. Alright, Phoenix, you remembered, so good on you. So the murder happened right after you got back? What, right? I'd appreciate it if you direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Oh no, it's this dude. Why is your hand hurt? Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm Edgeworth. What is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Sky? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Sky, sir? No, sir. No name of that kind, sir. In this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworth's lead blow. This Edgeworth's lead isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, but sir, I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I was aware of the particulars of your arrangement here, sir. Give me your name. Yes, sir. Mickens, sir. Officer Mickens. Right, Officer Mickens. Take your report and leave. And good luck with that race next month. but sir, I didn't know. Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains and good luck. Oof, man, that's quite a burn. Right. Yes, sir? He caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as the patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks. He seems to have finally calmed down at least. Right, goodbye. Nice talking to you, Edgeworth. Also, goodbye, lady. I'm going to the police department. February 22nd, police department entrance. Yeah, I'm definitely certain this is not a new case. It's just maybe the next game's first case. It's what I kind of, maybe, I don't know. Phew, we're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? Beats me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi. And traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to the criminal affairs next door. Hold on, what's that? The creepy mascot. Disturbing! Why does it undulate like that? Oh, wait, I know. This is the blue badger, which looks nothing like a badger at all. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow. Forget the blue badger. Who's next? What's next? Who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the blue badger. Uh-oh. Oh, he noticed me. You sure he's running over here fast? Hey, pal. What are you doing here? It's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Well, at least it doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information.
Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal.
Hey, my favorite detective.
I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend a suspect in this case.
Well, why not?
Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him.
But she's not telling the truth.
Yes, well, no. Come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her.
But what if the evidence was faked?
Hey, pal. Can I speak to you for a second?
Huh? Me?
Why is this little girl so peeved at me?
She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister.
Whoa, the chief prosecutor's little sister?
Just, please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically.
Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked.
Huh?
It's a sensitive issue with us these days.
Because of Von Karma, is it? Oops. Sorry.
Pressed the wrong button. I'm sorry.
Let's repeat all of this.
Bom, 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 bing, bom.
So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe?
Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs.
Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time?
What do you mean this time?
Then what happened? I thought things aren't busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all.
It's true. We've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Well, we have a prosecutor murdering people, but that's different. Only the highest ranked people are being let into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all.
None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd?
So, anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the badger dance down pat.
Isn't there anything else you could be doing?
The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot.
Officer Marshall? Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy.
A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal.
Alright, let me present you this. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this?
Oh, hey pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that. You have to turn it in to the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time.
Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot.
Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. He owes me money. Nah, my mistake.
But didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs?
Whoa, now I remember. Bruce Goodman. He's the victim.
That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe?
Tell us more.
So this ID card belonged to the victim. He was a
detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman.
Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it?
Well, Detective Gumshoe should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transfer for a case he handled 2 years ago.
Evidence transfer. Miss Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot.
And Lana's confessing as much. Let's examine the mascot, I think. It's suspicious. There's a handprint there. I was wondering about that.
What, the dancing blue badger? It's my masterpiece.
You made this, Detective Ganchu?
The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal.
Nice work.
It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die.
Poor Blue Badger, fated to dance until he drops. Okay. Can I examine the Blue Badger? I can, but not useful. Can examine this as well, but nothing really stands out. Miles Edgeworth, 1712. This is the day of the crime. The murder took place 3 minutes after Edgeworth parked his car. If only he was held up with a couple of extra red lights, he wouldn't have been caught up in this whole affair. Perhaps. Just goes to show you never know what will happen when you run a yellow light. Okay. What about this? Why is it broken like that? What's below here? Hey, check it out! There's a metal plate here. It looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Von Karma. I guess he must be a foreigner. Yeah, that's probably it. Well, wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime. She says that this name does have kind of a ring to it. Okay, not important, I guess. Okay, not important. How about a nerdy weapon? Nothing important as well, just tomato sauce on the blade. This must be the victim's blood, right? Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. But what's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway? Hey, maybe he spends this weekend roughing it in the wild. Edgeworth? In the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. Now there's a scary thought. Right. Yep, nothing. Oh, oops, damn it. Alright, let's move on. Can we talk to you about the Blue Badger or something?
As a detective, I have to keep my mouth shut on that one. I know better than to go blabbing on about things I don't know.
No, I wouldn't want you to do that either.
Good.
Bobby's knife. Oops.
Found in Mr. Edwards' car, stabbed with Mr. Edwards' sniper. What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Oh, wait, I didn't mean. I mean, sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edward.
The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth, what could have happened? We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Oh, is that so? Well, now let's go back to the prosecutor's office. Which is this. Oh! Edgeworth is gone! I don't think we have anything else to look at. Wow, what an amazing bouquet! No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead, Wendy. Wendy? I've heard that name somewhere before. And here beside it, a giant steel shamrock. Wow, I want one. Huh? There's something written on the bottom of his foot. Between a rock and a hard place. Wendy. Is the prosecutor in this office named Wendy? I don't think so. Between... I'm sorry, is that a clue to something I'm supposed to know? Well, in any case, I think we have nothing to do here. Do you know anything about this? No, she doesn't know anything about this. Do you know anything about this? No, she doesn't know anything about this as well. What about this? No. So I'm running out of ideas, so I'm just checking things out. Nope. Maybe we should go back to the detention center? No! Where's everyone? I guess there are more things to talk about with you somehow. This?
Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday.
Were you at an award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself.
Ah, congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken?
Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later.
Apparently he's forgotten.
But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award, even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office.
Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors.
Alright. He's in a tough spot again.
Again? Yes, the case.
Well, we all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Amon.
But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent.
Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth forging evidence, making deals with witnesses, nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. And ever since he was accused of murder, the ones whispering, they're practically shouting.
But there's no evidence against him.
Well, Mr. Edwards has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious.
I had no idea he was under the gun.
Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor's position himself.
What?
I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edwards is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this all for us. That's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know.
Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is... What was his name? The guy in the parking lot.
That'd be the officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the chief of police.
Officer Marshall. Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something?
No, Jake Marshall's just a regular Oh!
That's the same name as me. I totally forgot.
From West LA.
Oh. Los Angeles? Oh yeah, this takes place in fictional USA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure.
Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this, they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe.
Okay. What's that cross-out word? I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere.
Just act like you're supposed to be there, and nobody will look at you twice, pal.
Let me just look at what's crossed. Who's it supposed to be given to? Armadillo? What's that word? Hey, look here. It looks like something's been crossed out. Maybe it was a letter or something to Detective Gumshoe. Let's see. Annual bonus. Oh, $20. So sad. I think a couple zeros are missing. No, that sounds about right. At least in that detective's case. Maybe I should rethink my career as an investigator. I can't see contents of the envelope. Alright, thank you for that. I'll be going back here. I'm gonna drink some water. Case is a bit long. Well, it's not a tutorial case, so that's that. Alright, February 22nd, Prosecutor's Office, underground parking lot. Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till... Wait, I have no idea who this is. See you in my dreams tonight, then, baby. Oh, still here? Ah, hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs too. What happened to the security guard? Hey, what's wrong, Bambino? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. I'm gonna show you this. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you. Fan letters to me go right into spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe, eh? That old cow dog. He holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, it should say letter of introduction. It says invitation. Ah, I think you just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries. Disprove it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. Guess I'd better let you in then. Thank you, Miss Officer Marshall. We're doing something totally legal. Oh, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me. Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hoot nanny. Note to self, police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say I won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gumshoe's letter introduction crumpled and discarded. Alright, do we have anything to talk to you about? Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed at 5:15. Smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means a witness, Miss Angel Star. One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Alright, death to the Lord died within an hour and half of 4 p.m. So he's not dead yet after being stabbed at 5:30. He stabbed at 5:15 and then died in 5:30. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. So there's no motive. Goodman wasn't particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with Chief Prospector. My sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot. So it seems, like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. It's high noon. Oops. Oh no! Sorry. My hand slipped. Just press spacebar. It's a long conversation. Right. Marshal, I don't mean any offense, but Office Marshal, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoe detectives till 2 years ago, I tell you the truth. Oh really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambino? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just shorting hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but an absurd old cowdog. I can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth? That cowdog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just, he doesn't realize it yet. Detective Concho, kick it out of the investigation. Alright, let me show you this, I guess. What's that? Some sort of police passport? This is Detective Goldman's ID card, strangely enough. We found it a good distance away from the crime scene. Good distance in this rat hole. If you want distance, get yourself to Texas. Texas? This is a tiny little crime scene in a tiny little town with tiny little evidence. What difference does a few yards make, compadre? Note to self, if you encounter suspicious evidence, think of Texas. There's no better way to study than to hang out with the pros. Alright. Alright, oh no, not something you want to find, not interested. Alright then. I'll be examining the crime scene now. Choose specifically this. This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else who could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Check it out? Right. Let's check it out. You don't have to manually tell me to do it, automatically tell me to do that. I can just manually go to it. Alright. It's a flip phone. Can I flip it? Man, what a boring strap. What's wrong with it? Everyone has different tastes, you know. Here, check out mine. Pink Princess strap. These are hard to come by, you know. I see the series as popular as ever with the kids. Okay, that's useless. What's this? Okay. This phone's still on the readout screen. Readout? Mr. Wright, most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like readout. Huh? I'm sorry. I thought you were like a boomer. It's just you never know with people from your generation. Whatever. Let's just check this phone out. Oh no, it's going to rain. It's not good. Redial. Now, to see who the owner of this phone call does. Note to self, defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Hey, Steel Samurai ringtone. Hey, that song, I know that. Hey, what's going on there? Ah, oh, sorry. See you, partner. You pressed me down that phone, didn't you? Huh, well, yeah. Whose phone is this, anyway? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to the chief prospector's guy. What? It's my sister's? She apparently dropped it when she was taken in custody, right after the crime. Look, last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone, except she only spoke for a few seconds, according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now, I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, I'm sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the phone. The wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Oh no, it's raining! I have to pause it for the moment. I need to do stuff. Alright, sorry. I was, there's some things to do. I'm good. Back. Let's continue. Uh-oh. I've incited the wrath of a Lone Star patrolman. Alright, last call made at 5:18 on the day of the murder. Maybe let's examine the car now. This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. The crime took place in an underground parking lot at a prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Oh yeah, now that I noticed, this is no ordinary car park. This is one of those, like, revolving car spaces. Right, as you can see, there's like an elevator in there, going with cars stacked up like that. Anyway, let's continue. Quite a luxury car. It just screams, I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. Okay. What about this? This rope, is it? Yep. He laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You have got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. Alright, let's maybe... I don't think there's anything more here. Phone? Here, a phone! Let's see if it works. Hey, don't touch stuff where we don't need to be touching. I can't hear anything. My ears! No, my ears! Maybe it's due to barometric pressure. What's she blabbering about? Hey, what did you just say? See? You can hear just fine. The phone's broken. Right, phone's broken. What about this door? Look, a door! This must mean something. I'm not sure that door means anything. No, it won't open. A mysterious lock. I fail to see what's mysterious about that. Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more. Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? Alright. I feel like I have nothing to really talk about now, so maybe I should talk to you. So, there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister. That's correct, but there's goldmine evidence against her. And the prospect tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate's decided, Bambino. Many condolences. Officer Marshall! Yeah, Bambino? How can you say that? You and my sister. You were... Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? Apologies, Bambino. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will, someone's up to something here. But who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and raging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. Rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambino. Chief Prospector Lana Sky. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets. Some people load them with deals. What if saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden out here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gunshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to the Edgeworth? Phone? My sister's cell phone. The last time it was used was 5:18 right after Goodman was killed. Maybe she was cancelling her date for the night. Why did Lana make that call? Right. Nothing's for me to say. Maybe you have more things for me to talk to you about, I don't know. Goodman's autopsy report died within I don't think you know anything about that. What about inside here? There's nothing here. I don't think there's, yeah, I really doubt there's anything in here. Name of deceased, date and time of death, February 21st, cause of death, loss of blood from chest wound. Wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. A single stab was found 4 to 5:30. But Lana says she stabbed the person at 5:15. Wait, that's pretty weird. Why would it be 4 to 5:30 if he was stabbed at 5:15? And the phone rings for me. Alright. Maybe now I can go to the detention center? No! What's more? I'm guessing I need to talk to... Talk to you? No. Let's go back to the underground parking lot then. Boom, 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 boom. Present you with something. No! This? Sorry. No! 5:12 p.m. The prospector's bright red steed came in at a trot. Real slow like. Trot? My Madonna tells me the crime occurred 3 minutes later. It seems the chief prospector was lying in wait. Maybe waiting for her prince riding on his bright red horse. What do you mean, S? The killer intended to use Edward's car all along. Bum bum ba da bum. A toy shield suits the boy well. What exactly could you shoot with that? A toy knight, maybe? Officer Marshall, don't you have anything good to say about Mr. Edgeworth? You don't like him, right? We get the point. You know, when I was a detective, I got one of these. Let me guess. Did it have a K for King of Detectives on it? Hey, they could use the same shield over and over. Note to self, the prosecutor's office and criminal affairs are surprisingly cheap. Yeah, know it. They've gotten cheaper with every passing year, I tell you. Okay. I'm stumped. If I'm not supposed to talk to you, then I'm going back to police department. Oh man. Everything to talk about this phone. No, we have nothing to talk about this phone. Autopsy? No, we have nothing to talk about the autopsy as well. Can I get inside the police department? Just imagine right now, behind the doors, the police are in action. I'm missing something. Present you the phone. No. No. Okay. Is there more stuff to find around here? Ladder. Aha! A ladder! That's a step ladder. What's the difference? In scientific terms, please. It's scientific, huh? Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright. This all seems so horribly familiar somehow. This wall is on our way. It's got a faucet for water. Wait, I know. This wall is merely a facade hiding the truth. This is no wall, but a water tank. I fail to see how it makes any difference either way. This is where the car leaves the lot. The arrow on the ground makes it look more like an entrance. Okay, that was me. What are you talking about? There's plenty an exit. Well, maybe it's both. Kind of like a dual purpose. Aha! A theory of relativity. What? I've got to write this down. Aha. Hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe you know, was Mr. Relativity German? Or was he British? Mr. Relativity? Are you sure that was his name? Oh boy. I'm running out of things to investigate. B block is through here. It's where visitors park. I can see the Lunchland car over there. Far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design of the door. I can see a cartoon cow munching down a juicy looking steak. That's... Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. Okay. Interesting bit, but not what I'm looking for. Alright, I'm probably need to show the cowboys something. Because I'm out of ideas. Because by right, I would think that I had to go back to the detention center. But since I have nothing, see the badge looks pretty good. Note to self, you do our wiki in starlight. Hey, that's a sheriff's badge. Okay. This is problematic. I'll be back in a jiff. I'll find out how to do this. Okay, I'm back and I found something ridiculous. And you're not gonna believe me why it's ridiculous. It's because this spot here, I missed this spot. Oh my goodness. That part, that tiny part. Who wouldn't know to click on it? You think clicking on the trunk inside of the trunk would be sufficient to look at everything around there, but no, you have to click on the lid of the trunk to find this. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. Look, something's written on it. You're right. Let's see. 6-7S. December 12th, February? That's the name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of this pocket when he was killed. Well, so what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self, for detective reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Goodman's note added to the court record. So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So, you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not a criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma. Yes. I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? Yes, it's the Steel Shamrock theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids. The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place, your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Last mate called me to her sister Emma at 5:18 on the day of the murder. The detective is murdered, and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe as you don't know everything that went on here. Topic continued. Alright. Now we're going to do the trial part now, which is going to be smooth. Not compared to the investigation, because the investigation is just so convoluted, man. Although the trial might not be as easy as I would hope. I do hope so, though. February 23rd, 9:34 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of grey areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big grey area. Don't worry about me. No matter what the outcome, I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? Defense attorneys should never believe they are silent. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there is one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one's going to bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. I don't know what you'll do, but okay. February 23rd, 10 a.m. District Court Room number 9.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. How many flashbacks are we going to get for Edgeworth? It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. I hope that personal feelings will not be part of proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I would choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else.
Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
Chief Prosecutor, Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, it's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness.
Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Star, to the stand. The cough-up queen.
Haven't I seen you somewhere?
You ordered the caviar lunch, right?
Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before.
The judge is really wolfing it down. And for you, I have a fiesta bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? And you, sir? Did you order the fingerprinted lunchbox? I'm sorry. It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste?
So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty, it hurts. My throat is burning. Oh no! I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca.
What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name. Profession. Now. Me? Name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us.
The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating.
Hurry it up.
Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, as you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime.
Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional.
Huh? What exactly does that mean?
Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Starr was a detective?
Oh, I know who you are. Cough up.
Cough up, Queen. Angel Starr. Your Honor, long time no see.
Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Starr.
So who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks.
I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutors' spaces, yes?
The crime took place by a car in the back of an A block, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with his knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot.
And who was this valiant witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor.
Alright.
Nothing sus so far.
Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright.
I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining?
If you can, and give them your worst, Miss Starr.
Wait, are they talking about me? No, we're fighting against a star, an angel star. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend, but I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw a chief prosecutor standing next to a garage car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching.
As you can see, there's no room for doubt.
The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into the Detective Goodman.
So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
All right. I'll try to do something. Poke some holes into her testimony. Is what I'm referring to. Anyways, somehow I was knew that day would come. I was on my way to deliver the lumber. Hold it! This boyfriend is a detective. Not that boyfriend. The security guard.
That boyfriend? You have several?
Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? There yet another boyfriend position still open for applicants.
I'll stick with the lunches, thanks.
Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot in A block. It's up on the second level so you can see everything from there. That will be this room with the security sign. incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. Okay. Feel like that's not really helpful. Okay, standing next to the garage car. Right hand. Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Ashworth? It is your knife, after all. Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are, by nature, well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. So, the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Okay, this is the last statement. Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no?
The defense has no point.
Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You say that before anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless.
Sounds pretty faithful to me.
What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty?
Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer.
Don't smell like that.
Alright, I just press everything, I guess.
How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator, and if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off. She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I'm a pro. As you know, my testimony is unbiased and flawless.
Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr.
Hold it. You sense something, so you're saying you had a premonition of the murder. It felt like, how would you say? Oh yes, it was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds.
I have no idea what that means.
Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese.
A young cheese?
A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn.
And I must be hard, yellowed, and sharp as a tack.
Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. Oof. In any case, hearing lots, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind.
Right.
Press everything. By garage car, you mean Mr. Ashworth's car, yes.
Mrs. Ashworth's?
Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it? Indeed, it was.
What an odd case that is. And the person you saw, you are sure it was the defendant?
I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside.
That was inspiring.
I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism? I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed.
A photograph? You took this?
The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap. I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunch boxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs.
Whoa, this is most certainly the defendant.
Crime photo added to the court record. Uh-oh, that is unmistakably Lana Sky. So, what was the defendant doing at the time? I don't see a knife.
Objection!
Ha ha ha! And you witnessed this. You saw Miss Guy stab the victim with a knife. As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch.
I'm sure it is a fine lunch.
But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime. Is it not? And why is Miss Guy not holding a knife?
Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet, it was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This photograph was not taken a moment before the stabbing. It was taken the moment after the stabbing.
Objection!
And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains of the chief prosecutor's coat? It's black and white photograph.
Oh, yes. It's hard to tell, but it could be blood.
Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take the kind of abuse? Ugh, you got a bad idea? Objection! Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony, namely that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. Okay, that's it. If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-size lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
Objection!
Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hand in that photograph.
Whoa! Are those gloves?
Surgical gloves made of thin rubber most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves.
Wah! These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation.
Premeditated murder, a serious offense.
Witness, add this to your testimony.
Murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. I feel like this disproves it. Let me press this one. This is not directly related. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves, like driving gloves? The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. That's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime.
Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr.
This is bad. Just got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr says, alright, this is the same thing. Right. I'll have to disprove the final statement. I would say... I don't think this is something I can use to disprove it. But this is something I definitely feel like I can use to disprove it. Yeah, it's the same thing. I'm going really hopefully this might be the thing. No, it's not the thing. Oh no! Oh no! Oops. Rubber traces of victim's blood, no prints. There's nothing else to look at this one. No prints on the knife as well. Date and time. Simmons was caused by a single stab wound was found. Date and time of death, February, between 4 PM and 5:30. Found in the car trunk. Last call made to Sister Emma. Rubber gloves proves it. Wait for a moment as I check. Man, I don't want to waste everyone's time, so yeah. Pausing a bit. Alright. I was done. The thing made sense. Let me just do this. Oof, my neck. It makes sense that this is the thing to present because How would Lana plan all of this? This would be the evidence that would directly relate to it. It's actually what I'm trying to think about is how would she plan everything when, you know, the crime weapon itself is not hers. But also I thought a bit too deep into it, as in I was thinking, because, you know, the car was only parked at 512. How would Lana knew about that Mr. Edgeworth would be parking at that very moment and then picking up the knife? Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know? That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. Why is the crowd?
What's with this, guys? The bloody murder weapon, the red car, all belonging to a prosecutor there.
The feather is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Maybe?
Are prosecutors bad people?
What the hell? The defense has a request. We ask that a witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Sky planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves.
Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning.
However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. Ooh! Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. I have no idea how to do that.
Order! Order! Order!
Great. Now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned, not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah! The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Sky, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution needs proof. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing...
I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again.
Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now. Alright, second testimony. Lana Sky intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. I'm sorry? What did you just say? Again and again?
The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it?
So, if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy?
In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness.
I'm just going to present the evidence for the last statement. Probably not going to break her that so easily. Oops. Let's not read that. Not important. Press. Not press. Present. Objection. You say she stabbed him again and again, but you could have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. Ugh, what the hell? I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Star.
What do you mean?
I shouldn't have to explain this. But take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound.
Oh, ha! You're right. Good show, Mr. Ashworth.
What a hunk! He's my hero, really? What about my objection? No one noticed.
Well, witness?
You got the crime scene set, right?
Thanks.
I always believed that no one could ever make mistake catch up for blood. But now, I realized such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice.
Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify.
You're not really a good... how do you say? Witness. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Red muffler? Is there something I can disprove this with? I don't... How does Lana look like? Don't know. Maybe I'll just press this. Her red muffler? Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck, so she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. She's right. This guy was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait, isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood?
Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib.
Judge with a bib. That's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes. Oh no, don't let the judge hear you say that. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own statement. Mr. Wright, this is our chance. Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she took when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off. A short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact. I wonder, wouldn't it be turned with the science of the candle? Immediate more wax and even more really short wick will burn longer. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. Right, intended to murder, that's why she would call the victim. I'll press this. You have no proof that Miss Sky called him there. You have no proof that she didn't.
Mr. Ashworth, thoughts?
There is no record of a call made on the defendant, Miss Lana Sky's phone. She might have written him a letter. Come on, you could have tried public phone first at least. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office, where he was murdered.
I'm sure he had a reason to be there. Witness, why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day?
Hold it!
Why? What grudge? What kind of grudge? Well, I would know that. Of course you don't. It's because you didn't have a grudge. Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside? A cat? Or... how am I supposed to know? See? We agree there's a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. There could be a cat, or a dead cat, or some lunch inside. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree?
I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty.
He just isn't very good with metaphors. The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will tell us your basis for this thinking. It's simple. Okay. I'm going to present this. Objection! Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. Why are we, how do you say, trying to steal my objection, Edgeworth? What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed a victim. And you prove it yourself with this photograph. Huh? But that can't be. Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life.
Harsh words, but good.
In the end, Miss Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection, chopped liver? But it was there. A scarf, no, not that, but something red. Really? Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What?
Very well. Witness, continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't check the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile.
You are quite determined about this scarf, aren't you?
I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get beaten. No thanks. Note to self. Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Roar.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you will.
Alright, I think this is just going to be pressing. Doesn't seem to be too hard. Partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to sign, rest her on the spot. Yes, when I reset her, she mentioned the muffler. She mentioned the muffler. What exactly did she say? If I remember exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler.
Just that one word.
So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else. Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't mean. That's further. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at a crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately? My memory? It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see?
No, the court doesn't see, Miss Star.
The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall.
On the wall?
That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently it was out of order.
And so she used her cell phone.
Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day.
Good witnessing, witness.
Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying?
You should, of course, add this to your testimony.
The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. That's several updated in the court record. Alright. How she tried to phone on the wall but had to just use her cell instead. And then our evidence here got updated. Was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. Let's press further. Let's see. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court?
Aha! I was going to ask the same thing.
I only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind a partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed
over the chain link fence.
Then, when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this. What is it? What is it, Mr. Wright? Okay. I have to present the map, I guess. Because there seems to be a contradiction.
No, not the map!
Bloody hell. You couldn't see this happening! Wait, let me... let me check. Wait a minute. I was right. Why was I wrong? She tried... Oh, I saw it all. How she tried the phone on the ball but had to use her cell phone instead. Should I press this statement as well? She made an escape. Can you be more specific? She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard of a pâté of foie gras. Huh? She even kicked over an oil drum at me. An oil drum?
There was an oil drum lying on its side at the scene of the crime.
Wait, it's strange.
What's that?
If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way?
The other? Oh, the parking lot entrance.
That's right. It doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition to the oil drums. Excellent. More mysteries. I wish we could solve a few before finding more though. So Miss Sky tried to run. Wait, so this is... okay. How she tried to follow... Should I press this further or something? No, this just does this. Did I not present the right thing? I'm pretty sure I presented the right thing. Yeah. Beeped. Or is it because I actually presented it in the wrong statement? Bloody hell. Yeah, it's this one.
Objection!
Wait, no. What? Huh? Wait, what? Quickly, minutes and that. You know, I'm gonna just press everything. So where is this partition on the floor plans? I'm sure she means this wall next to the car. That's right. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did you do then? Alright. You say quickly, were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more details. Yes. I like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. Lunchland car was... She was a visitor, thus she was parked in block B block. So we witnessed the murder from here.
That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes?
Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right.
But there was a chain link fence in front of her,
I went over it, of course.
Amazing. The cough-up queen, lunch lady athlete, indeed.
You would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence, so she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high too. So how did Miss Sky not get away? I figured it out. So now, only now I can press, present this. Right? Because, I don't know. Oh my goodness. This stupid game. Miss Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky.
Objection!
The witness is a former detective. The testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Starr, This is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Oh, so that's why I cough up Queen. Let's look at the floor plans, shall we? You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the backside of this partition. Why is there a partition? I don't know. If indeed you were in B block, you could have seen it. What?
Order! Order! What is the meaning of this?
It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies.
Objection!
That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question? Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. This is where the counter-attack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about where she saw it. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it.
Pointless to lie. I see.
But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location.
Objection!
A different location. Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one.
Objection!
Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it.
Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime?
All testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place from where Miss Star witnessed this crime was here. Yeah.
Take that!
I mean, it's highly likely that's where she was. You think? It's highly likely. Your cavalier attitude stands in stark contrast to your feeble argument, Mr. Wright. Her being there wouldn't change a thing.
Oh no! What? No! Oh no!
Security room, I guess. Oh boy, I have no more I have no more health left and I can't save. Yeah, I can't save, so be back in a sec. Be back in a sec. Alright, I found out. I thought, my guess was she was hiding in the ore drum for some reason. I guess it wouldn't make sense. It only makes sense if she was here. If she was here, how would she be able to witness the murder? Because the murder happened here. That's a contradiction, though.
Take that!
This is the only place where she could have been.
The security guard room.
Indeed, the security room in this underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. Oh! I thought, man, I'm dumb. But why would a floor plan show the second floor? Alright, never mind.
She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone.
Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here, I guess. I remember your testimony. You said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Star, how many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could have turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Star.
Order! Order! Witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better.
I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished, and I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Guy? Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was a defendant who stabbed a victim. The truth still stands.
Objection!
It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason.
So, tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright.
Alright, just in case. I'm very certain that I know what the truth is. I'm just gonna save so that we don't have to restart the entire thing. Me?
Who else?
It's alright. Let's review what we know. Miss Star witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. Must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? Angle of view to the crime. Why, the angle at which she saw the crime would occur would change.
The angle? What do you mean?
Well, the security guard station is on the second floor, and she would have sort of a more 3D view of the crime.
Ah, this is important. Why?
Oh no. Oh no! I failed! Yep, that's not it. Okay, it's not it. It's load. Very good. Bum, 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 bum. Distance to the crime, difference in lighting. Distance to the crime, angle of view to the crime. What would change? Distance to the crime. Distance to the crime, let's see. It changes distance between her and the scene of the crime.
Objection!
My condolences, Mr. Wright. But one look at the floor plan is quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see.
Objection!
What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it will take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Star, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Guy?
Well, witness.
You? Yes? You ordered squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend.
Boysenberry for the boyfriend.
He was in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass wall station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. Oh my goodness. That's why I had to go through the visitors' parking B block.
That's quite a detour.
It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime.
5 minutes? This changes things considerably.
But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork.
You have a point, and the Spock is a wonderful invention.
Do we have a timestamp for the photograph? No. Okay, that would be quite helpful though. Would you like another caviar lunch?
Absolutely.
Uh-oh. It's alright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to solve this? Sit back and observe. Raise an objection.
Objection!
5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make passing that amount of time if you'd like it all. If you like it al dente. I've got lunch boxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor?
Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone.
But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Guy dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had a picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's conceivable. Inconceivable. Yeah. Oh no. Okay. No one care about that, alright? Let's move on. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. Hold it! Hold it! Mr. Ashworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the ones you tried to voice off me. I prefer to not take the defense's team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Whoa, a triple-decker! Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What you going to pull out of a lunchbox this time? Man, so many things pulling out of her lunchboxes. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? You stole evidence? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
What? There was blood found on that shoe.
Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Objection!
Witness, what's the meaning of this? You stole evidence. Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed. Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Ashworth Joy is celebrating. I don't know, but right? Why? You sound like you have absolutely no idea how this works. Anyways. Not so fast, Mr. Ashworth. Don't forget I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. No. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Ashworth is looking pretty sullen. Could at least study some evidence law, really.
The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Also, what's the evidence law rule number 2, though? I'm curious now.
Yep. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
Alright, let's do this. I have a pretty good idea what, but let's see. Okay. I'm gonna press the last statement and see what. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, she's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with his shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? There's a problem. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. Also, I'll have to save again. Make sure that I'm very confident in what I will be presenting, but still, this game always pulls stupid stuff against you. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence.
Blood on the bottom. I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie, or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe.
Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe.
It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of the shoe? Either it's a crime photo or it's this. Date and time of death. Cause of death, loss of blood from chest wound. Wound was caused by 4.5 inches knife. A single stab wound was found. I don't think this is very important. It's either the autopsy or the photo of the crime photo, because the crime photo shows that there's nothing on the floor. So this would be much more accurate. So I'm gonna be presenting this. Yes, I'm correct. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime?
Oh!
As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe.
Objection!
This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints.
Objection!
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort.
Order! 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 Well, witness!
What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright. But it's true that lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Think, Mr. Wright. Think. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There's one vital hint to the truth in her testimony.
What are you talking about?
Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. Compared to this one, a leopard woman. Roar. I thought that was a strange thing for normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that? I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory.
Witness, well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason?
Aha! You don't mean...
Yes, the suspect knocked over the oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her.
What? That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
Why, that's the prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she'd cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe?
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something, please. What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. But... Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
Very well.
But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky.
Nani? Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprint. Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox, a lunchbox called evidence.
Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else.
Objection!
Oh, this is a long trial. The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments, and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this.
A photograph.
I had it just in case anyone had a gal to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait. Look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet.
Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia. Right, wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence.
Very well. This time, I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait.
What is it with you people? Can't I have down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait?
No, you can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph. The last one submitted. I'm gonna save as well. Alright. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, Wright, are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this.
I suppose, since we've come this far, you should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court a problem in this photograph.
There's this. Wait, oh, this over here. problem is this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of a car's muffler.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor?
You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph.
A muffler is also part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe.
I see, and I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Objection!
Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to the case.
Oh, I think this is the reason, maybe. Shoe. Or the crime photo. I think it's a crime photo. Oh wait, what muffler was over here doing a bit of all of them. I think this is one. This is the one. Well, I'll do this one.
Take that!
The phone. Yes, the phone. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Ugh. Yeah. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Are we finally done?
Well, seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings.
Suspend?
I find myself wondering about the piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered, here we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed?
I suppose so. Whew. That was close. But we made it. At least for now.
This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. What? It's lunchtime after all.
He's still hungry. To be continued. Alright. Alright, that's kind of sudden end, but we've been going for quite a bit. Almost 3 hours. So yeah, thank you so much for everyone who might be watching this. Definitely just on my YouTube channel because I'm only recording this one. So yeah, hope you like it, and if you do, please give a like, and also if you find something you want to comment about, maybe something about me voicing Angel Style, something, anything. Anyhow, also if you like to see more of this, do subscribe. Anyhow, till next time, take care, stay hopeful, but be critical. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.